When I was younger, I would get these calluses on my hands from the monkey bars, and I found that like the monkey bars makes a really good kind of simple something for growing up and kind of like getting older, or just for like childhood itself. We used to like see who could like jump out the farthest. So of course, like when you're like in kindergarten or 5 or 6, like can you jump up to the first one? And then like when you get older, it's like can you jump to the second monkey bar? And then you get older, can you jump to the third monkey bar? And then you get older, can you jump to the fourth one? And I think it was either the fourth one or the fifth one. One of those, it's impossible to do. And now it would be definitely impossible because I'm too tall for it. It was impossible because it was too far away and like people would miss. I was kind of thinking about how like maybe the rungs of, well, the bars of the monkey bars is like how far you're going to ever get at something. Like, I'm only going to be able to be 3 monkey bars good at everything I do because that's the highest I could do, and that was my breaking point. I know that's not really sensical, but you know, you could say like, oh, I'm only 3 monkey bars good at this, or I'm only 3 monkey bars good at that. Another really interesting thing that I think about childhood is that lately I've been saying like, oh no, November 19th is like the end of the first part of my childhood, and it's this really awkward thing that I'm saying because I don't believe that Harry Potter is a part of my... What I would consider childhood, Harry Potter falls into something that's not that. Me getting obsessed with the books and getting into the fandom, I consider when that all happened, I was like a adolescent teenager, and like, you know, when I was a child, it's like until middle school, because middle school is this kind of like break between being a child and being like a young adult adolescent. I keep saying this, and I've seen a lot of people say this, like, oh, like, Harry Potter was my childhood, and, like, the quote from the JKR interview in which she says, you know, you are my childhood. It's really interesting because I feel like I relate to that statement so much, but it's odd that I don't even consider the time that I, like, fell in love with the books and fell in love with the fandom, which would be, like, 2002, to be a part of my childhood. I mean, in 2002, I was 11. I just think it's very curious how the heyday and almost, like, the real legit starting point of me becoming obsessed is at a time where I really don't consider that I, at least, was in childhood. Oh, and back to the monkey bars. The reason I'm upset is that when I was younger, my hands were calloused and, like, you know, because I had done all these monkey bars and because my hands are trying to build themselves up. But now I don't have that problem because I haven't done monkey bars. So I feel like I'm going through, like, this weird, like, Benjamin Button freaking downward spiral in age, or like, you know, I had weathered hands as a little boy, but like now I don't, and like the only part of my hands that callous are this part. What do you call these? There needs to be a name for those. The E string hurts on the ukulele right there. No, I guess I'm like getting younger, even though I'm maybe an adult, a young adult. You've just finished the 2nd week of Tired Old Collab. Last week's topic was humor, and this week's topic was childhood. Alright. Bye.